If TikTok vanished tomorrow, would your business survive? Okay, so we've been back and forth on whether or not TikTok is actually going to go anywhere for quite some time at this point. But the point of this video is the same, because whether or not TikTok disappears, sticks around or not, this should be a wake-up call for you as a small business owner, especially if your marketing relies heavily on, even if it relies heavily on a different platform. Like if you rely heavily on LinkedIn for your marketing, this should still be a wake-up call. Have you ever heard the term, don't put all of your eggs in one basket? If your marketing relies heavily on a social media channel in order to be effective, then this video is definitely one you need to watch. Okay, so just in case you've been living under a rock, basically TikTok burst on the scene a few years back as a massive social media platform. They upended a whole bunch of things. A lot of platforms were starting to move towards using more reels and short form videos. TikTok said, hey, we're gonna build a whole platform where all it is reels and short form videos. Now, as things went on, TikTok did start to add in longer form videos. They started to add in still posts, but for the most part, TikTok is still a short form video platform, and it changed the social media small business marketing world. But everyone's got a different opinion on it, and I'm not gonna go into that right here, but the short version is TikTok may not be around, at least not here in the United States, forever. While it has been a phenomenal platform, not just for like social media as a whole, it has been incredible for small businesses because of the way their algorithm is put together. It is actually one of the few platforms that it is truly possible to go viral on at this point without already having to like a whole database of network to push that viral. And with their TikTok shop, a lot of people actually do end up like plugging into the shop and buying things from small business owners. And the issue here is not TikTok. TikTok is a great platform, just like many other social media platforms are a great platform. The issue is depending too much on a single platform, because small business owners oftentimes end up relying too much on what is working currently, as opposed to saying, okay, this is working, now let's add something else in and add something else in and add something else in. They just say, well, this is going, so let's put all of our energy right here. And I can understand that, but it creates a very unstable business. And I do want to clarify just really quickly here, this goes beyond social media. If you are relying just on ads, if you are relying just on email lists, if you are relying just on any single marketing strategy, you're going to be in trouble at some point in time. You should have a series of strategies or a series of tactics that are working together in one cohesive strategy. If someone buys from you on TikTok, then their email, which you should get once they buy from you on TikTok, should go into your emailing list. Your emailing list should be pulling people over and getting them plugged into everything from your social media to your website to events that you have upcoming. Your marketing should interact with itself. So no matter what platform you're on, start by identifying where your audience is spending their time outside of just that platform. Now, the great thing about the social media channels is a lot of them will give you really great demographics for who's following you, who's interacting with you. So you can then take that information and say, hey, you know what? I'm appealing to 56% women who are in their 20s and 30s. So I'm going to go look up that information online and say, okay, what hobbies are appealing to women in their 20s and 30s that are in this portion of the United States? You can take that information and start to look up what social media platforms appeal to these people. Where are they spending their time online? Where are they spending their time offline? But you can get the demographics and you can start to fill in the blanks on where else they're at. I also highly recommend checking out cross-platform exposure. So what I don't necessarily recommend is like trying to build for every single platform because they're all very, very different. Now, that also said, if you are building for a specific platform, maybe TikTok, you can still take and post that stuff on YouTube and on Instagram. It will still get some reach and it will start to build a history of engagement and reach on that platform. Now, my only caveat here is going to be, do check in on that platform. If you're not getting any engagement at all that's going to happen is that platform is going to decide your account sucks and they're not going to distribute your information. So do like build for TikTok if that's what you're doing, but keep an eye on what's going on over here on Instagram if you're cross-posting, just to make sure that you're not like building a reputation for not being an engaging account. I already talked about it, but build your email list. Make sure that as you are getting people to engage with you, drive them to a website where there is a reason for them to want to be on your emailing emailing list. As they are engaging with you, drive them to your to other social media. Encourage them to like and subscribe, but very specifically, give them a reason to get on your email list, because you actually own your email list. You don't own your followers on any platform. And I heavily encourage you to start figuring out what your brand is so that you can create brand-led content, not just platform-driven content. There is importance to creating platform-driven content because that's what the algorithms want to see, but you need to make sure your brand and your voice is what is showing up first and foremost. Remember, your job as the small business owner is to keep your business viable, which means you, as the CEO of that business, should be working to diversify before you have to. Build your resilience now, because the problem is that by the time you realize you need it, it will probably be too late. So do yourself a favor, take a look. Where's most of your business coming from? If it's coming from 1 or 2 channels, it's time to fix that now before it becomes a problem.